seen the lightning flashing and heard the thunder roll. I've endured, how long must one endure? Barefoot in the summer, on into the fall. Too many mouths to feed, they could not clothe us all. Sent to church on Sunday to learn the golden rule. I've endured, how long must one endure? And I've lived with the poor. I've been through many heartaches, and I'll know many more. I've laughed and loved and sorrowed and been to success's door. I've endured, how long must one endure? I've seen the lightning flashing and heard the thunder roll. I've endured, how long must one endure? I've endured, how long must one endure?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Dave West on lead vocal. It's not Jerry Garcia, in case you know. Well, his birthday is coming up, so.
Want me to boost the bass on this?
Down the gravel road to the tiny town where the door's always open. Now I say that I could walk all night, but it's not true. Can't walk all night because I don't want to. I want a bed and a blanket, some light breakfast sometime tomorrow. I'll take a bed and a blanket, some light breakfast sometime tomorrow. And tell me now, hey, who'd have thunk it? Hey, oh, who'd have thunk it? They used to say I could eat a horse, and I could and I did. In the fast food joints in the middle of no place, on the way to somewhere else. Now I say that I could eat a horse, but you know it's just not true. I can't eat a horse because I don't want to. I'd rather have something from the cookbook, that new one with the great graphics. Yeah, I'll take something from the cookbook, that new one with the far out graphics. Tell me now, hey, 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 yo, who the thunk it? Hey, 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 yo, who the thunk it? Have money, as long as I've got my sweet honey and our shack in the woodlands. Well, now I say I don't care about money, but it's not true. I can't live without money because I don't want to. Cause you know, I'd like one of those, and why don't you give me two of these, and that looks pretty cool. Why don't you wrap it up? Put it on my MasterCard. Or maybe on my Visa. And tell me now, hey, 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 yo, who the thunk it? Hey, 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 yo, who the thunk it? Tell me about it now, hey, 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 yo, who the thunk it? Funky, ooh, funky. If I ever fall in love again, I hope to find a feeling like the one I had with you. I hope her lips can kiss my tears away like sunlight shining warm upon that misty morning dew. Oh, let the birds sing from the trees those songs of love I haven't heard since when I lay there in your arms. Oh, if I ever fall in love again. Ever stop to think of me as you walk down the road to find tomorrow for yourself? Please be kind as you remember that young fool who gave you all he had, although it's just himself. You never stole my heart, I gave it all too freely as I fell into the comfort of your arms. Now I wonder, will I ever fall in love again? Will I ever fall in love? Oh yes you will, just give that broken heart a little time to mend. No, I'll never fall in love. You know you will, just given half a chance you'd do it all again. Maybe I could fall in love if ever I could find a heart that I could call my friend. Oh, if I ever fall in love again. If the day should ever come when you should want to get together, maybe sometime on a lark, know that I will always have a smile for you and that you'll ever own a corner of my heart. But I can't just let this empty feeling drain away the quiet force that dwells within my soul. Now I know that I will try to fall in love again. Will I ever fall in love? Oh yes you will, just give that broken heart a little time to mend. No, I'll never fall in love. You know you will, just give him half a chance, he'll do it all again. Maybe I could fall in love if ever I could find a heart that I could call my friend. Oh, if I ever fall in love again. Oh, if I ever fall in love again. She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking and the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock she went, then met her mortal blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. Was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We fought like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost, and the groan she made as she went down, it caused us to exclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again. The owners wouldn't save her, not a nickel would they spend. With 20 years of service, boys, she's met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. And they laughed at us and said we had to go. We talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 afloat and at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we vowed we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who love her best and were with her in the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit, and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. We plugged her rents, patched events, dog hatch and porthole down. We girded her up fore and aft and cabled her around. And tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who love her best and were with her in the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble and to scale. She'd saved our lives too many times, riding through the gales. And those laughing drunken rats who left her to an early grave, well, they won't be laughing in another day. To those of you who adversity has dealt a final blow, with smiling bastards lying to you everywhere you go, turn to and gather up the strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. And those who love her best and were with her in the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. No matter what you've lost, be it a home, a heart, a friend, no matter where you are, you can always start again. And like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again. Joe's barroom in the corner by the square. The regular crowd was assembled. Big Jim McKenna was there. He was standing at my shoulder. His eyes, they were bloodshot red. And as he looked at the crowd that was assembled, these were the very words he said. I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. He said, when I die, do me a favor, bury me in my high-top Stetson hat, and put a $20 gold piece on my watch chain. So the good Lord knows I died standing pat. Then find me 6 crap shooters for pallbearers, and a chorus girl to sing me a song to the sound of the jazz band playing on my funeral wagon, raising hell as we roll along. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. You could search this old world all over, never find another guy quite like me. So roll out that rubber-wheeled wagon and the high-tone, fancy, expensive hack. 7 of us heading down to the graveyard today, but only 6 are gonna be coming back. That y'all have heard my story, let's all have another shot of booze. And if anyone should ask what's the matter with me tonight, you just tell them I got them old St. James Infirmary blues. And I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there, stretched out on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. St. James Infirmary, St. James Infirmary, St. James Infirmary. St. James Infirmary.
Well, I heard you preaching something, but I could not catch the words, 'cause I was focused on the color of the sky, in the crunch of mid-November and the silence of a bird winging south as hard as we could fly. Take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Well, so many rush to worship and so many kneel to pray, and they claim to know the purpose of their lords. But for everyone who finds it, there's 1,000 go astray, living eye for eye, dying by the sword. So take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take fortune and everything I'm worth for the chance to start all over in this deep primeval mud. Take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Take your time, darling. Well, I knew I'd been to heaven when I heard it yesterday in the sermon of a cardinal on the wing. In the rapture of my darling inner child's amazing grace, in the glory of these songs we love to sing. So take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Take your time, take it slow, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. You can't take it with you when you go.
Thanks, girl.
I am a man of constant sorrow. I have known trouble all my days. I left my home in old Kentucky, the place where I was born and raised,
The place where he was born and raised.
For 6 long years I have known trouble, no pleasure here on earth I found. For in this old world I'm bound to ramble, I have no friends to help me now.
He has no friends to help him now.
fare thee well, my one true lover, my face you won't see here again. For I'm bound to ride that northern railroad, and I might die upon that train.
And he might die upon that train.
You may bury me in some deep valley. For many years there may I lay. Then one day you'll learn to love another when I am sleeping in my grave.
When he is sleeping in his grave.
Your friends may think I'm just a stranger. My face you won't see here no more. But in this old world, there's one promise I give you. I'll meet you on that golden shore.
Meet you on that golden shore.
Get up in the morning, make a cup of coffee, look out of the window, try to get it started, turn it all over, plow it all under, plant 'em in the springtime, pick 'em in the summer. Live in my own mind, ain't nothing but a good time. No rain, just the sunshine, up here in my own mind. I live where I can breathe, ain't nothing but a cool breeze. Nobody that it won't please, up here where I can breathe. Billy and Danny Ray, they'll come back up any day. If there's one thing you can count on, sometimes they'll be long gone. I'd rather be hunting, I'm hooked on fishing. You can read it on their t-shirts. If you don't believe them, live in my own mind, ain't nothing but a good time. No rain, just the sunshine, up here in my own mind. I live where I can't breathe, ain't nothing but a cool breeze. Nobody that it won't please, up here where I can breathe. bedroom door squeaking. She's standing in the doorway. I thought she was still sleeping. Kiss her on the forehead, ask her how she slept. She says, honey, it's too early, we probably shouldn't speak yet. I live in my own mind, ain't nothing but a good time. No rain, just the sunshine, up here in my own mind. I live where I can breathe, ain't nothing but a cool breeze. Nobody that it won't please, up here where I can breathe. I live in my own mind, ain't nothing but a good time. No rain, just the sunshine, up here in my own mind. We'll be alright if the wind is in our sails. We'll be alright if the wind is in our sails. We'll be alright if the wind is in our sails, and we'll all hang on behind. We'll be alright if we make it round the Horn. We'll be alright if we make it round the Horn. We'll be alright if we make it round the Horn, and we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. No, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm. No, a night on the town wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, now a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. No, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. No, a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along, and we'll all hang on behind. Well, a kiss from all the girls wouldn't do us any harm. No, a kiss from all the girls wouldn't do us any harm. No, a kiss from all the girls wouldn't do us any harm, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along, and we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old chariots along. We'll roll the old chariots along, and we'll all hang on behind. Abraham, kill me a son. Abe said, God, you must be putting me on. God said, no. Old Abe said, what? God said, you can do what you want to, but the next time you see me coming, you'd better run. Old Abe said, where you want this killing done? God said, out on Highway 61. Georgia Sam, he had a bloody nose. The welfare department wouldn't give him no clothes. He asked poor Howard, tell me, where can I go? Poor Howard said, there's only one place that I know. And Georgia Sam said, quick, tell me about it, because, you know, I gotta run. Poor Howard only pointed with his gun and said, out there on Highway 61. Finger said to Louis the King, I got 4,000 red, white, and blue shoestrings, 100 telephones that won't ring. Can you tell me where I might get rid of these things? And Louis the King said, let me think about that a minute, son. Said, yes, it might be very easily done out there on Highway 61. Now the fourth daughter on the 12th night told her first father, things just aren't quite right. My complexion, she said, well, it's a little too white. He said, come on over here, honey, and step into the light. You're right. Still the second mother, something's being done. But the second mother was with the seventh son out there on Highway 61. Roving gambler, he was pretty bored. Thought he'd start himself up a third world war. He found a promoter who nearly fell on the floor saying, you know, I never arranged for that kind of thing before, but you know, now that you mention it, I think it might be easily done. We'll just set some bleachers up out there in the sun. We sell tickets next to Highway 61. And God said to Abraham, kill me a son. Abe said, God, you gotta be putting me on. God said no, and old Abe said, what? God said, you can do what you want to, old man, but the next time you see me coming, you'd better run. That's when Abe said, where you want this killing done? God said, out on Highway 61. around the Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. Out one morning fair, heave away, haul away, and chance to meet young Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I danced her up, I danced her down, heave away, haul away, I danced her all around this town. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Just one thing that grieves my mind. Heave away, haul away, it's leaving Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As we go walloping round Cape Horn, heave away, haul away, you'll wish to Christ you'd never been born. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I wish we were on Sydney Strand, heave away, haul away, with a bottle of whiskey in each hand. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. There's two old ladies sitting on the sand, heave away, haul away, each one wishing that the other was a man. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. South Australia I was born, heave away, haul away, in South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away, my rolling kings, heave away, haul away, haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. When I was a young man, sometimes Daddy used to slap me with his hand. Didn't like it then, but now I'm older and I kind of understand. As long as you live here, you'll do exactly as I say. There now, that's a good boy, won't you run along and play? Oh, where's the line drawn? Oh, marching off to school you go, just hoping that they'll teach you how to live. And if you fit the mold, they'll shake your hand and say you've got a lot to give. But don't step out of line and don't you dare go answer back. Keep your eyeballs forward or they'll stop you in your tracks. Oh, where's the line drawn? TV, see them fighting over castles in the sand. And everywhere I turn, I see them lining up to lend a helping hand. All the kings and princes say that they should call the game, but I don't see how it matters when they all turn out the same. Oh, where's the line drawn? They said each dog would have his day, but for the time being, you and me still have to pay. Oh, where's the line drawn? Oh, where's the line drawn? Boats are gone from the breast of Anna Liffey. The ferrymen are stranded on the quay. Sure, the Dublin docks are dying and our way of life is gone, but Molly, it was part of you and me. Where the strawberry banks sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. It was the only job I knew. It was hard but never lonely. The Liffey ferry made a man of me. But it's gone without a whisper and forgotten even now. It's over, yes, it's over, can't you see? Where the strawberry banks sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. And I love you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever love me, Molly, love me now. So now I tend the yard, and I hear the people talking. I hear them whisper Charlie's on the door. But Molly, we're still living, and darling, we're still young, and the river never owned us heart and soul. With the strawberry banks sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. But I loved you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you ever love me, Molly, love me now. Where the strawberry banks sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worries from my brow. And I love you well today, I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever love me, Molly, love me now. If you ever love me, Molly, love me now.
Thank you. Nice tune. Now I know why they play those Irish songs.
You may find me at this table, my friend Finn and my friend John. Our friend McGanny tells us stories, things long gone, long gone. We might take a glass together, the whiskey makes it all so clear. Fires our dulled imagination, it seems so near, so near. Feel so near to the howling of the winds, feel so near to the crashing of the waves, feel so near to the flowers in the fields, feel so near. The old man looks out to the islands, says there's fear. The old man looks out to the islands,
Just keeps looking out there. I think you ought to look out one more time. You might see something.
feel so near to the howling of the winds, feel so near to the crashing of the waves, feel so near to the flowers in the fields, feel so near. The old man looks out to the island, he says this place is endless then, there's no real distance here to mention, we might all fall in, all fall in. No distance to the spirits of the living, no distance to the spirits of the dead. And as he turned, his eyes were shining, he proudly said, I feel so near to the howling of the winds, feel so near to the crashing of the waves, feel so near to the flowers in the fields, feel so near. So we build our tall constructions for to mark our place in time and justify the great destruction. As on we climb, on we climb. The journey doesn't seem to matter. Destinations faded out. Children gather on the headlands. You hear them shout, hear them shout. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near to the howling of the winds. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the howling of the wind. I feel so near to the crashing of the waves. I feel so near to the flowers in the fields. I feel so near.
It's called Orlando. Daniel left Orlando for the island. His friends were getting killed every night. And even though we live in the same country, we see Orlando in a different light. 'Cause I see water slides and Mick and Minnie, and lots of kids with grins and ocean wide. And he sees little Joe without a penny, and Pedro with a bullet in his side. Daniel left Orlando for the island. He's looking for a taxi on St. John. Another mouth to feed, but Grandma was trying. Another island where the dream is gone. Oh, Orlando, fireworks crackle in the night. Oh, Orlando, we see Orlando in a different light. Lost my woman one November night. The crack was talking for her when she said, I'm sick of changing sheets from Mr. White Man. I think I'll help him mess him up instead. When I came to Orlando from the island, I dreamed of rags to riches every night. But when you're busting dishes at the Diamond, you see Orlando in a different light. You see Universal animations like Roger Rabbit dying on the screen. And I see young Dominicans and Haitians with cops and paramedics in between. Oh, Orlando, fireworks Orlando for the island. He's driving down in Coral Bay tonight. And even though we live in the same country, we see Orlando in a different light. And even though we live in the same country, we see Orlando in a different light. We see Orlando in a different light. Oh, Orlando. Thank you.
Wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There is no sickness, toil, or danger in that bright world to which I go. I'm going there to meet my mother. Going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. Dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beauteous fields lie there before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. Going there to see my father. Said he'd meet me when I come. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going home. say to my sisters and my brothers, keep the faith. When the storm comes and the wind blows, move on at a steady pace. When the battle is over and the victory is won, we can all shout together, we have overcome. And we'll walk with the Father and the Son when we make it to the promised land. We're gonna walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. Through this world of trouble, we're gonna love one another. I wanna take your fellow man by the hand, try to help him to understand. We can all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. My Bible reads, thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, or the arrow that flies by day, nor fear the pestilence is waiting in the dark, nor for the destruction is waiting in the noonday hour. We're gonna walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. Through this world of trouble, we're gonna make love one another. Take your fellow man by the hand, try to help him to understand. We can all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. This world is not our own, we're only passing through. Our place is all made up, way beyond the blue. We're gonna do the very best that we can while we're traveling through the land. We'll all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. We're gonna walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. Through this world of trouble, we're gonna love one another. We wanna take your fellow man by the hand, try to help him to understand. We can all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. To the promised land, when we make it 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 to the promised land, we're gonna make it to the promised land, and we'll all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. Yes, we'll all be together forever and ever when we make it to the promised land. son by another man. 5 years she waited for him, as long as a woman can, as long as a woman can. Well, I don't know, I changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind. That kind of love I can't explain, that I had for Nellie Kay. To help her till the land. In the morning we were planting seeds, in the evening we held hands, in the evening we held hands. Her blue eyes told me everything that a man might need to know. It was right then that I realized that I would never go. Yes, I would never go. Well, I don't know, I changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind. That kind of love I can't explain, that I had for Nellie Kay. Several years ago, now our son is grown and tall. I became a father to him and she became my all. Yes, she became my all. Well, I don't know, I changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind. That kind of love I can't explain, that I had for Nellie Kay. Well, I don't know, I changed my mind. Till then I was a rambling kind. That kind of love I can't explain, that I had for Nellie Kay, that I had for Nellie Kay.
Thank you, folks. Good night.
Very much. Good night.
Drive carefully and stay.
Oh, the night was clear and the stars were shining and the moon came up, so quiet in the sky, and the people gathered round and the band was tuning. I can hear them now, playing Coming Through the Ride. Oh, your dress was blue and you looked so lovely, a simple flower of a hometown girl. And you took my hand and we danced to the music with a single smile. You became my world, and we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Those drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. Well, that was years ago, but I still remember when we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. Well, we courted well, and we courted dearly. We'd rock for hours on the front porch stair, and you took my hand. That night I met you and made you mine at the Roseville Fair. Well, we danced all night to the fiddle and the banjo. Those drifting tunes seemed to fill the air. And that was years ago, but I still remember how we fell in love at the Roseville Fair. we all can share. May you dance all night to the fiddle and the banjo, just like we did at the Roseville Fair, just like we did at the Roseville Fair.
Thank you so much.